Doing a sound check. Elyse, will you please do a sound check for me?
Would you please go and let the dogs in after I'm done sound checking my mic? And then while you are standing up,
sound check.
while you're standing up and you're letting in the dogs, I will turn off the air.
Turn off the air.
So-
I just did it already.
Well, now you still have to go let out the dogs.
Letting out the dogs.
I mean, letting them in. Letting in the dogs. Is that not okay?
Vow, view, vow, view, vow, view, vow, view, vow to view, vow, 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 vow to view.
Vow to view each other's movies, even though we don't always like them, but it's okay because we love each other and movies too.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome to Vow to View, your Doof Media podcast all about marriage and the things we make each other watch. My name is Elyse Daly.
And I'm Scott Daly.
And together,
We're the
Dailies.
You went without a script there. Didn't have the script open. That was risky.
You think I can't
You're just living dangerously.
say the same line that I've always said?
I don't know, babe.
For now, what is this, 47 episodes?
I don't know, babe.
Are you questioning my intelligence?
I
think
was
you
not.
are.
I was not. This
No,
is
I think you were.
the weekly podcast where each and every week my wife Elyse and I select a couple movies loosely tied to a theme of our choosing, and then
Loosely next. Yeah.
get together and talk about them. This week we are back with part 2 of our horsepower theme. Last week we watched Rush, a movie about cars racing, and this week we're watching National Velvet,
Where
a
it all
movie
started.
about horses.
The real horses
jumping.
racing. This is where NASCAR got its humble beginnings.
I don't think that's
Horses.
true.
Yes, it's true. When they started referring to engines as horsepower, then they decided horses race, so maybe cars should too. Horsepower.
I mean,
It's the origin of NASCAR for you right there.
I will say NASCAR would be a lot more interesting if they jumped bushes. I would like that a lot more.
It could be interesting if they had some jumps in there.
They need some jumpy jumps. They need some loop-de-loops and some jumpy jumps.
No, horses don't even do loop-de-loops. We're not making this a roller coaster.
And they need some spiralies and then some launches. Basically, I want it to be
Monster
like
truck show.
I just want it to be like Matchbox car racetracks. Is what I would like NASCAR to be.
But that's not real.
No.
No.
All right, Elyse.
Yes, Scott.
So we've got to talk about National Velvet today, but we've got some other things to do first.
We do?
It's that time of week again, Elyse. It is
that time of week, isn't it?
For
there's only 3 more episodes of The Bachelor. Maybe we should switch it sometime and
switch to what?
you can say Bachelor and I can do throw up noises.
But it doesn't really, it's not on brand because you're the one that likes it and I'm the one that pukes. Why would you be puking? Because you love the show.
Because it's this season.
Elyse, do a fake puke for me. Let's see what you got.
I accidentally licked the microphone.
It kind of sounded like you were choking too.
Kids, they don't make a lot of noise. It's more of the yeah, it's all in the throat and then it
Okay,
that's what it is.
We're gonna gross some people out with this.
I'm around real people that throw up. My poor music teacher. I had one of my kids throw up 3 times in her class a couple weeks ago.
Oh my god,
the Tamiflu was not settled in his stomach.
That's rough.
I know. Poor
Elyse,
thing.
this is this part of the show where we talk about
The
this
Bachelor
season of The Bachelor, which is
coming to an end. There's only 3 more episodes.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Subtitled. Nobody likes The Bachelor.
Or maybe there's 3 more episodes supposedly.
You got the hometowns.
Hometowns.
You got the banging one.
Oh no! Here's the deal.
Oh no, they're not going to do the banging one.
Hometowns.
Mm-hmm.
Women Tell All.
Ugh.
Overnights / finale.
Oh, maybe there's not going to be a lot going on overnight. If you get my drift, they're not going to have sex. Is what I mean.
Who knows? Who knows? Reality Steve, I think, knows.
Well, don't
I could look it up.
don't do that.
Why not?
Because if I have to watch this thing every week, at the least I could not know what's going to happen. That is the lowest level that I'm asking for here. Is it to be somewhat surprising to me?
Okay, well, Reality Steve says he doesn't know, but he guarantees if he did, we will all know about it at some point.
Thanks, Steve.
I bet you, yeah. That's
Hey, Elyse.
what.
What do you think of this week's episode?
I mean, there is just absolutely nothing in the show that is just good to watch right now.
So by this time in the show, I normally have like a pretty good idea of who the different contestants are, right? Because like we're down to like 6 or something.
They're all.
I have no idea who any of these women are. I could not. You could offer me $1 million to give you one of their names, and I could not do it right now. I couldn't. One
There's
probably
one that
starts
I
with a
still
C.
don't know the name.
One probably starts with a C. It's probably
Two
like
of them start with a
Cassie
C.
or
There's
a
a Cassie
Cassandra.
and there's a Kaylin.
Well, I would have
think
won $1
it's
million.
Heather.
Sure, it's Heather.
And Tasia.
It's boring there and lame. And these girls.
They keep dropping like flies.
Look, I don't want to be reductionary, but these girls are bitches. They're all stabbing each other in the back and like
I mean,
talking.
that's just girls.
No, but like this. I said I didn't want to be reductionary, and then you were. Just because you're a girl doesn't mean you get to do that.
Yeah,
Not all girls are like that, Elyse.
Okay.
I should know. I'm a white man. Anyway,
We just watched this comedy special that had a song about that. That's why I'm laughing.
it was Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, like nobody seems to like each other. Like I don't have a good feeling of that he likes any of these women, and I feel like the ones that he did maybe kind of like this week were like, I'm gonna go. I'm not really feeling later. And then one got on a train and then like wistfully waved from the back of a slow moving Colorado train. That was lame.
I just feel like there's got to be something wrong with him.
What do you mean?
You know, with the amount of women that are leaving that are not leaving for any good reason. They're just, you know what? I don't feel this and I don't want to take you to my parents like this. I mean, like a legitimate reason, yes, but still like.
You want to know how you know you're a boring person? When people elect to not continue to be on television
And get
to be around you.
You know, yeah, they'd get more followers and they'd end up getting more. What is it? Instagram influencer.
See, everybody loved Colton because
nobody loved Colton.
No, that's not true.
Who loved Colton?
That's before
Not me.
this season. Everybody loved Colton.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. People were so excited to have him on
they
The
were
Bachelor.
not.
Yes, they were.
Who
Elyse.
was?
The people.
No, they were not.
Just because you didn't think so doesn't mean the world wasn't excited about it.
You know what? I should have been a good person to gauge interest off of who would have made a good Bachelor, because if they had really asked me, they wouldn't be in this horrible pickle they are right now.
Everyone was like, this guy's really hot. And
he's not.
And he had this complex, like,
he has a
drama.
baby face.
He had this complex, drama-filled relationship with whatever her name was.
Who no one liked
and that's
anyways.
gonna make great TV. Yeah, that's why they liked him, because, like, he was victimized by her.
No, that's why we got annoyed with him, because who actually dates people like that?
I am just reflecting what I've seen on the interwebs about this. You were just reflecting your opinion and making your opinion be the massive opinion, which was not the.
You know what?
People were excited about him as The Bachelor. It's the truth.
I don't know who was excited about him.
It's bad. It's lame. It's stupid. He's really boring. He's the most boring as Bachelor. He doesn't.
I'm still waiting for Chris Harrison to be the Bachelor.
He doesn't talk about. Isn't he married?
No. He was.
Oh.
I know.
I think he was probably fooling around with one too many contestants.
You know, they've sent people home before for doing that.
With Chris?
Not with
Christopher?
Chris, but with other people that were on
with
staff.
Producers?
Not producers, cameramen.
Oh, yeah. Get that cameraman. You know why? Because if you hook up with a cameraman, it turns that camera a little bit closer to you.
Yeah.
A little bit closer to you.
Or a little bit off of you so you can do what you want.
Yeah. Like the cameraman.
And then he ended up falling off the balcony.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Falling off, quote unquote.
Man, murder, sex, lies, videotape, a Bachelor.
Yeah, that would have made for a good episode of Unreal. Unreal, that's what it was. I almost said unscripted.
I'm pretty sure that was an exact episode of Unreal.
Probably.
All right, Elyse, what else do we have to say about The Bachelor?
Three more weeks.
Do we have to watch The Women Tell All? I don't
really want to watch The Women Tell All. I don't like enough of the girls this season.
Is that next week?
To watch it. No, next week is Hometowns.
Oh yeah, fuck.
I'll watch Hometowns, and we can take a week off, and then we'll watch the finale.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
We'll do an off-season tour, and we'll talk about some other show we've been watching or something.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
Titan Games.
Umbrella Academy.
We've got to watch more then.
Well, yeah, but we have 2 weeks, so I assume by the end of 2 weeks we'll be finished with that show.
I don't know. Got lots to do.
Do we?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, you're right. All right, that is it for The Bachelor nonsense, I think.
Oh, we got the Oscars coming up.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I guess we're not having an Oscars party because we've done no preparation for that.
I guess that's true. We'll just do a little low-key thing.
Yeah, have your sister over.
No,
if she
she's out of
wants to.
town.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, when we were talking to her this weekend, she's like, I don't watch the Oscars. And I was like, oh. Yeah. I was like, well, you're not invited then.
Yeah, exactly. You're not invited.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Stick it to the man.
The Oscars are going to be lame this year anyway. That's going to be my thorn next. I'm preemptively, I'm calling my shots and saying that's going to be my thorn next week.
Good thing.
Speaking of which.
Is it time?
It's time for Rosies and Thornies.
Why did you say Rosies and Thornies? Rosies and Thornies is my thing.
All right, let's rewind.
Can
It's
you do that
time.
noise again, please? It's still not very good.
It's time for
Rosies and Thornies.
It's our Rosies and Thornies.
Rosies and Thornies.
Every rose has its thorn.
Has its thorn.
Just like every night has its dawn.
Dawn, dawn, dawn.
Every cowboy sings a sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Yeah. Jesus.
Insert song. Stop.
What?
So Scott.
What was that?
I don't know what it was. So what was your rose for this week? We're starting out, it's we're starting out with the bad, right? We start with the bad, so we end with the good, and on a high note. So
the problem is mine are
thorn?
kind of inexorably linked together.
Oh, so I guess it makes more sense for you to share your
the rose
for
and the
this one.
thorn are part of the same plant,
I mean,
if you will.
That's what the whole expression comes from.
Interesting.
Yeah, why it's
I hadn't thought of it that way. Huh.
So do you want to share rosies or do you want to share thornies first?
Why don't you do your thorny?
My thorny?
And then I'll do my rosy, and then I'll do my thorny, and then we'll finish with your rosy.
Okay, I'll follow along. So my thorn for this week is I was really busy, and I've actually, one of the things that I've joined since we've had our Peloton is this Power Zone pack. And so I thought, this will be fun. I'll learn, this new type of ride. It's supposed to help with my endurance. It's just 3 rides a week. And that way I get into a habit of having 3 rides a week, and it'll be great. Little did I know that they assigned me to the team that has won first place for I don't know however many times that they've done this, which means I'm with very competitive people, which normally isn't an issue because I'm a very competitive person.
You are.
Except I don't always have time. And so when it was 3 rides, I thought 3 rides is extremely manageable. But now it's not just 3 rides, because in order to be able to get first place, I have to do the 3 normal rides, 2 45-minute, 1 60-minute. I have to do the extra credit, which is a 45-minute ride. And then there's a strength component to it also.
Who wants strength?
I don't know. So it's these 3 10-minute strength exercises and then 1 foam rolling thing. And I don't even like to do the foam rolling exercises that are actually on the video. So I just do my own foam rolling and then play the video and say that I got the credit for it, because I'm someone that knows how to stretch and stretch well from my dancing background. And so I'm not going to follow anyone's stretching techniques.
Nobody tells me how to stretch my own legs.
Yeah, basically. I get much deeper stretches doing my stretches than their stretches.
You tell them.
Yeah. So it's just, and so this week.
So
I've had this pressure in order to make all of these rides, and I had my 60-minute ride this week. I'm due to this weekend. Saturdays when I normally do it, and I didn't get to do it on Saturday, and so I thought I could do it on Sunday, but Sunday time slipped away from me because I actually had other work-related things that I had to get done on Sunday, and so it just got put off. And so you know what? I had to ask for help. And so one of my teammates had an extra 60-minute ride, and so I had to reach out and ask for help. It was just put a lot of stress on me.
yeah.
I felt like I needed to ride. I was letting my team down, but I just got someone else to cover it. It's fine. It was just...
This is the difference between you and me. This is a perfect encapsulation of the difference between the two of us, because I would have just been like, fuck it.
No, we have to win.
I would have just been like, what are you going to win?
The sensation of knowing that I won.
Exactly. I would have just been like, fuck it. I'm not doing this.
But you're part of a team and they're counting on you.
Yeah, but it's not real.
Those are real people.
It's not. It doesn't matter if you win. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
It does matter.
You do the best you can, and if you run out of time, fuck it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I thought your thorn was going to be just the fact that you have to do all this shit, and it's nonsense, and it's way more time than it should have been.
No.
But your thorn is actually, it's nonsense, it's way more time than it should have been, and you still feel bad for not being able to do it.
I do. I felt bad. I felt like I was letting them down.
You are not signing up for one of these things again.
Probably not.
Good.
It's just too much
ride the
work.
bike. Just ride the bike 3 times a week or more and enjoy it. Enjoy
I think
your
that's what I'm
exercises.
gonna end up doing.
And don't join the Targulians. Hey, if there's any Targulians listening out there,
I love that this whole
calm the fuck down.
ride thing is Game of Thrones theme.
Yeah, and in the Game of Thrones, you win or you say fuck it. Fuck it.
And that's why you are always second place.
Am I?
Yes.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You married a winner. So it's good.
Wouldn't that mean I win? If I marry a winner, then I won.
You married a winner.
If you marry a winner, then you win.
But if you married a winner, you know what I married?
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm going to update my thorn. My wife just called me a loser
No, I
on
didn't.
a podcast.
I said you're not the winner.
You. Well,
You're the one that said that.
I guess it's time to talk about my rose. The thing that I really liked this week was that I got to watch all the Lord of the Rings movies.
Why are you talking like that?
Because I'm sad.
Scott,
Yes?
I love you.
I love you too. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, you talked about this last week, but we did on Saturday. Both your sisters were in town and came over, and we spent. And one of your friends came over too, and we spent the entire weekend or the entire Saturday watching all 3 Lord of the Rings movies.
Yep.
Something I had never done before. Actually, I've watched all 3 of these movies many times.
Guess I was the only one that had done that.
I have
before.
never actually sat down and watched them bang, bang, bang in a row over the course of a day. So it was a new experience for me. We also made a bunch of food. You had found like a website that had a bunch of like Middle Earth themed foods.
NPR wrote an article
yeah.
about the whole process of watching it back to back, and then had, I think it was 8 different meals.
Yeah, we didn't do
the times
all 8
to
of
eat them and the recipes to go with.
Yeah, we didn't do any of that shit. We just made some foods. And
I mean, we did quite a bit of it.
how many we did breakfast?
Well,
We
there was
did-
first breakfast and second breakfast.
We didn't do both of those.
And so the second breakfast was, instead of having the French toast, Adrian made French toast casserole. But the first breakfast we had that was fruit and biscotti, it was just not what was made from the recipe thing. So technically,
it's a snack. That's not a first breakfast.
for us it is.
And then we had an 11sies.
And then we had 11sies. I
What
did
did we
make
have at
some lembas
11sies?
bread.
We had
That's
lembas
what it was
bread.
supposed to be.
which is just biscuits.
It's just homemade biscuits.
This is biscuits.
Yeah. And then we had the potato soup.
Potato.
Yep. And that was an actual thing that was supposed to be there. And
Yeah.
then we had afternoon tea.
We did with some
and
biscuits.
Some croissants.
And some
Some almond
croissants.
croissant and some Parmesan thyme crackers. Those were not on the Middle Earth recipe. That was just afternoon tea was supposed to take place.
No.
So we had afternoon tea.
Then we had some spiced beefs.
And then I made some spiced beefs. And then we had dinner and not supper, or supper and not dinner. I forget which
so
one
much
it is.
fucking, like, we ate
That was
so
just
much food.
too much.
We were sedentary.
And we didn't even have vegetables
for
until
12 hours.
8 o'clock at night. That was the deal, is everything was white and starch and
White?
not starch. Everything was like a carb.
It was white?
Yeah. French toast, bread, white.
I just
Potato
I'm
soup.
agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I just don't, why would you describe it that way? It's just
Because
very,
you're supposed to, like, people say in order to lose weight, you stay away from white foods because they're very heavy. It's like a lot of white bread.
the whites lose again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm joking.
Anyways. Sorry, I stole your thunder of your rose.
Yeah, no, it was just a lot of fun. Watching all 3 of the movies. Your sister had never seen them before. Your other sister apparently had never seen them in a long time.
Yeah, she was asking
I
questions
think
the whole time.
of the 3 of your sisters, you were the most
Seasoned.
Lord of the Ringser.
Yep.
You're like, Middle Earth.
Mm-hmm.
You got all the names right. No, you didn't. None of you guys
Okay,
got the
those
names
are like
right.
really close names.
None of you get. I'm pretty sure he said an L there.
I'm pretty sure he did. Salerman.
Salerman
is what I'm pretty sure he said.
Salon and
It
Salomon.
sounded like Salmon, only there was an R and an L in there.
It's the old bad guy team, Salmon
Salerman.
and Salerman.
That's what I'm sure. I should just go rewatch it again until I find it.
I'm sure that you're definitely right, and they definitely.
And then there's Sarin.
Yeah, there's Sarin and
Sarin is the
Salomon.
I. Salerman.
There's Sarin and Salomon, and then there's
Salomon.
and then there's
You said it too. You said
Bellamere.
it like that. Salomon.
I know. I'm pronouncing all the names wrong.
Oh, I thought you were saying it right, and I thought I was right.
No, Sarin is not the name of the character either. It's Sauron
Sauron.
and Saruman.
Saruman.
Yes.
Saruman.
And then there's
Saruman.
then there's Bellamere.
Saruman.
Then there's Bellamere.
I think
and,
that's what they did.
And
Saruman.
Falamir.
Saruman. I think it was that.
That's not what they said.
Yeah, there was an L in there.
No, there's
I
not.
kept hearing it because I was like, his name is not Salomon.
Oh my God, you are the most frustrating person in the world.
I know.
The names were great.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah. You know whose name is easy to say? Easy to hate, too.
So we moved on to my thorn, because here's my thorn. We watched all the Lord of the Rings this weekend. It was great. I was so happy. And then Sunday came along, and I blame your sister for this because she did this.
Okay.
Your sister came along and decided to bring the whole wonderful atmosphere toward the negative.
We just wanted to talk about.
Where she's like, "What was your least favorite character in this?"
We talked about our
story?
favorites.
Yeah.
We talked about our least
And then we had to go negative. And here my wife.
We do this rosies and thornies. Don't be like it's your sister.
And here's my wife, who seized the opportunity to take my heart and just fucking crush it and then throw it in a trash can and then set it on fire when she said her least favorite character.
I mean, I did go back and say there was one that I really like less, but you know.
No, don't cover yourself. Her least favorite character in the Lord of the Rings trilogy is Samwise Gamgee.
It's just like annoying.
What the fuck?
It's true.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The heart of the films, the emotional core of the movie is the relationship between Frodo and Sam and what Sam does to help Frodo. I'm so mad at you. I'm so angry at you.
I didn't
wear
heart, but then he's also like, "Oh no, don't do it. What are you doing?" And it's like, Sam,
he never
be
did.
a little bit more of some strength here. You know,
Be more strength. Samwise the Brave wasn't strong enough.
He was
That's your
not
complaint
brave.
about him.
Not at first, and he really didn't get
It's almost as if it's character growth or something, Elyse. Wow.
You know, but in the end, it still didn't strike me. Even when he went up in the bar and talked to Rosie, whatever, who I didn't even really care about, that he resolved that. It was just, you know, Sam.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I didn't wear my wedding ring today because I was going to put it on.
Oh my god.
And then I was just like, I am just too disgusted to wear this right now.
Well, you know
can't do
what?
it.
That's really sad if you're going to let something simple like that
No, it's just because I didn't
tear
go.
something
It's just
better apart.
It's just because I work from home today and didn't ever really could get ready for the day.
Happy President's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my thorn.
It's okay.
I'm still like unbelievable.
Inconceivable.
It
you
is.
keep using that word.
No, it means exactly what I
do
think
not think it means what you think it means.
It means exactly what I think it means.
No, it does not.
I cannot conceive of a situation in which Sam is the worst character in Lord of the Rings.
Well, it's happened. It has been conceived.
Elyse, what's your rose?
So let's just talk about how wonderful you were this week for a little bit.
Okay.
Because you were really great. And so
I know I was, wasn't I?
You were. It's all fading away.
Tell the people why I'm so
you
great.
know, we had this whole thing on Saturday, and I was getting kind of stressed out because I knew I had a lot that I was doing last week, and then we still had to make sure the house was clean and ready for guests. And so, Thursday night rolls around. It's Valentine's Day, and Scott just says, I'm working from home tomorrow, so I was just going to clean. And I just stopped in my tracks and I said, "You are what?" And he said, "Yeah, I was just going to work from home and just clean the house." And that was just so wonderful. And then not only did you do that, it didn't stop there. You went to the grocery store to get all of the ingredients for our Lord of the Rings extravaganza. And that wasn't even the first time you did that by yourself that week. You went to the store on Sunday too, because I had a lot. It was just, acts of service is one of my love languages. It is quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation. So that was just really something special.
I don't have any love languages.
You do.
Just tell me you love me.
I do tell you that I love you.
Call me by my name.
Yours are physical touch and words of affirmation.
No, don't tell me what I am. You can't just label me.
I can.
I reject your labels.
Done.
Okay.
Yep.
Is one of my love languages acquiesce to conflict?
No, that's just a personality trait.
Shit. Okay, so that's it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yep. I knew it was an important weekend, and I wanted to make sure.
It was so nice.
Yeah, well, got me behind on all my podcasts.
It did?
No, it actually caught me up on all my podcasts because I was cleaning all day. Okay, well, those are roses and thorns.
Yeah.
Had I known you were going to say Sam was your worst character, I probably wouldn't have done all that. But you're lucky you caught me before that, so... Just don't expect a repeat performance. Are you ready to talk about the movie, Elyse?
Are you ready to take back what you said, Scott?
I don't know. Mm-hmm. Are you ready to take back what you said, Elyse?
I said Liv Tyler's character was really the worst one.
That's a fair thing to say.
Yeah.
Arwen is not an interesting character.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Closely by.
Don't do it. Don't say it again.
Frodo was almost just as bad as Sam. Actually, maybe I liked Frodo a little less than Sam.
I fucking can't deal with this. Right? Let's talk about National Velvet, please, because I'm going to get angry.
Okay. The sad thing is I'm not actually pulling anyone's leg saying this in order to...
I wish you were joking. I wish you were joking, but I know you're not joking, and that's why I'm getting angry. I know.
Everyone's going to be mad, but it's fine. Whatever. Okay. So, National Velvet, Scott, what'd you think about it? First of all, what was the movie? Summarize it for me, please.
You're supposed to read my summary that I wrote.
I guess I have to read what you wrote. So, National Velvet, what you wrote. Let's see.
Okay, can you...
in 1920s United Kingdom, a young Elizabeth Taylor is super obsessed with horses. Creepily obsessed. Then Mickey Rooney shows up and helps her win a horse. Turns out the horse is good at jumping, and Elizabeth Taylor is stubborn because suddenly they're enrolling the horse into a national jumping and racing tournament in London. Rooney refuses to be the jockey, even though he's tiny and definitely a jockey. So Elizabeth Taylor rides the horse. They win the race, but then just get disqualified because the 1920s really hated women. The end.
Was I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a movie that came out in 1944, starring Elizabeth Taylor and Mickey Rooney. It is based off of a book of the same name, I believe.
Yeah.
Did you read that book?
I did not.
Me neither.
I did find out a couple interesting things, though, about the people in the movie.
Okay. We're going right to the trivia.
Yeah, obviously. Elizabeth Taylor was actually not supposed to get the role because she was, I think she was 12 at the time. She was very young. And in the book,
so young.
the character that she plays is an older teen. And so the director didn't want to have her because he thought that she looked too boyish and didn't look enough like a young woman.
Elizabeth Taylor looked too boyish.
So, in order to gain her womanly figure, she started eating a lot in order to gain weight. And because she gained weight, she curved out and then was still persistent about getting the role. And so that's how she got it.
Interesting.
But what I think is very interesting about that is, wouldn't you want someone that looked a little bit more boyish because in the movie she ends up playing a boy? Like, I just thought that was kind of strange.
I guess.
Anyways, but yes, so this movie came out in 1944 around World War II, which also found out Mickey Rooney had to film all of his scenes in 1 month because he had to report to basic training for Did I say World War I? I meant World War II.
I don't remember.
I don't remember which one I said, but he was reporting basic training for World War II, which that was also very interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
A very young Mickey Rooney in this movie.
Yeah.
I think he was like 24 or
oh,
something.
Oh man, so young.
There was a ridiculously young Angela Lansbury in
I
this movie.
know. You didn't recognize her, and then I had to come in.
No, I
and
did recognize her.
Well,
I
yes,
was like,
you did.
I
But
was
you're
like,
like,
is that Murder, She Wrote?
Yes.
It is. I'd never seen Angela Lansbury that young in a film before.
Mm-hmm.
And it was shocking. And then Elizabeth Taylor, of course. A lot of classic actors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about this movie though, babe. So tell me why you picked it before we talk about my feelings on it.
This movie was one that my little sister actually liked to watch a lot because not quite as obsessed as Elizabeth Taylor's character was, but Meredith was very much into horses. Had quite the plastic horse collection that she would play with. There was an entire trunk that she had in her room that had all of them that were toys. They were lined on her shelves. Stick horses. It was just an insane amount of horses. And this was Black Beauty and National Velvet were Meredith's two movies that we would watch all the time about horses. And so it was just one that I grew up watching, and I hadn't seen it in a while, and I thought, hey, let's rewatch it and make Scott watch it too.
I feel like this movie really isn't about the horse that much, though.
No,
it's about Velvet, which is
Elizabeth Taylor's
character's name, by the way. Like the horse, the horse is definitely in it, and the horse is the instigating part of the plot. She wants a horse. The horse is really good at jumping, so we see all these training scenes. But the story is mostly about Mickey Rooney, and Elizabeth Taylor and their friendship. He's definitely like considerably older than her. They really weren't doing anything romantic there, but it was more like kind of a mentee type of thing. Especially when Velvet's dad was such a dick. He was such a dick in this movie.
Mr. Brown.
He ended up supporting her in the end, I guess, but he was such like a miserable jerk throughout most of the thing. But yeah, it's just it meandered for me a bit. It just kind of like, I think I said 20 minutes into the movie, like, Elyse, I don't know what this movie's about yet. I did like, what is this movie about? Like, they were just going to school, and then like it was like a day in the life of the family, and had no particular direction except she kept talking about how much she likes horses, and then finally the movie like picked up and
give something.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was interesting as I was rewatching this was how children in that time period were depicted as young children, very death and dark obsessed. You know, the second movie that I have watched with you where the youngest child is very dark.
Yeah, like he said he had a dream with one of the horses, right? And it was just like it was dead. It's dead horse.
A pathological liar.
Yeah.
And
I think it was like just a form of like comedy for them. It was just like, this kid being super dark is really funny, isn't it? Ha 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 ha.
I thought it was funnier in Meet Me in St. Louis, but it started to be a trend. And then there was like the whole Bad Seed movie with it, and it's just
I think being scared of children is like a pretty universal.
I guess so.
Trait. amongst
But this
people.
wasn't us being scared of children. It was just us being disturbed. I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that's not to say, like, I've been pretty negative about the movie. I actually really liked it. Well, really like parts of it, rather. The ending I really liked, but the race itself got me. Like, I hadn't really cared about any of these characters, and then, like, I was, like cheering on the horse.
Other fun fact. Elizabeth Taylor, she actually rode the horse for part of the time during that race.
I was wondering that.
She fell off the horse and broke her back.
Oh, my God.
And they stopped filming for a bit. It healed quickly because she was so young, but it did end up giving her a lot of back trouble later in life, and still to this day based on that injury.
Well, not still to this day.
She died?
Yeah.
I didn't think she died.
She died 8 years ago.
Did she?
Yeah.
I missed that in the In Memoriam. Who else is going to be in the In Memoriam this year?
Not Elizabeth Taylor.
I know, not Elizabeth Taylor.
Do they still do the Grand National? Because let's talk about this race. Because
okay, let's talk.
The concept of this race is it's two times around. It's 2 times around a track with a lot of jumps. But like
she died.
But like, would you think I was lying?
No, I just sometimes have to see it for yourself.
But like, so they jump fences in, right? But some of the fences have like ditches and stuff in it. Like the big one is Becker's Brook
Not
or something.
Not only high, but far must you jump.
Yeah, and they have like ditches, like easy to break your leg or your horse's legs ditches.
Yep.
And I'm just wondering if like, do they still do? I mean, I think the thing still exists, but I wonder if the fences are the same now.
Yeah, I don't know. I could ask Debbie. Debbie does a lot of equestrian riding, so she might know. Oh, yeah. See, look at this. It's right over that.
Yeah. Well, you can't say look at this.
Alongside these, there are bumpers, which are national hunt flat races. In a hurdles race, the horses jump over obstacles. Yeah, obviously called
it just seems
water jump or an open ditch.
It just seems to me that like in our modern day, we would have like a humane issue with this, like, because certainly horses broke their legs on these things all the time.
There's a video that's race jumping deaths. Who would want to watch that?
Yeah, I mean, like, you fall off a horse and get trampled. It's like in the movie we watched, like 10 people fell off their horses as they were jumping these
Where
things.
are the clowns?
I'm sorry, what?
The rodeo clowns.
The rodeo clowns.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know it's not a rodeo, but maybe they could do something.
Why would they need rodeo clowns?
To distract the horses.
The problem...
Yes, Scott. Do finish your thought, please.
You broke my brain.
Aha!
My brain is broke.
Success.
No, there's no rodeo clowns.
Maybe that would solve the problem.
I don't think it would.
Maybe that's why the jockeys are dressed like they are.
That's got to be it.
They can't afford clowns and jockeys, so they just use the jockeys and dress them as clowns.
I feel like I knew Mickey Rooney was short.
Yeah,
but
he's
I didn't
real
quite
short.
realize just how short he was until the end of this movie where he's standing there next to the tall guy cheering on his horse. And the height difference is like...
Yeah.
How
What's
tall
the
was
standard height for an actual jockey? Jockey riders have to be small, but
very tiny
I just
people.
didn't know how small they actually have to be, because that would be very interesting to me if it has changed over time too.
Mickey Rooney was 5'2".
So jockeys typically stand around 4'10"
So he
to
was
5'6".
Tall he was average for a jockey.
He was average for a jockey, yes. So not only are they fairly on the shorter side, but they also do need to be on the lighter side as well, because of the horsing.
You don't want to weigh down that horse. You
aerodynamic.
don't want to weigh down that horse.
Yes.
Especially when you're jumping over a fucking moat.
And when you wear the wig that has the hair.
The wig?
The wig and the face paint.
Did you go back to rodeo clowns
I
again?
did.
Oh my God.
Yes,
anyway,
Scott.
so what was your least favorite part of this movie?
I don't know. It's just, it wasn't like a standout one, but wasn't just awful. It was just mediocre.
The ending was a little weird for me. So the
I thought you said you liked the ending.
I liked the race. Everything after the race was weird.
Oh.
So she wins the race, and then falls off the horse immediately after, and then her helmet falls off, and she gets hurt, and everyone's like, "Oh, she's a girl!" And then all the newspapers say, "Girl won, girl jockey won."
Yeah, and she's not allowed
How is
to
it
have the
possible
money or
that a girl?
anything.
And so they disqualify her because she's a woman, because it's the 1920s, and well, fuck those people. But then she becomes famous because like. Everything's
She's a woman.
she's a woman. She
Yeah.
won. That's never happened before. But she says she doesn't want to. Like they invite her to go to Hollywood, and she says no. Like I don't want people staring at me or my horse. Like I don't want that life. I didn't do it to win. I didn't do it to win money. I didn't do it for the recognition. I did it to prove that this horse that I love so much, that no one else respected, no one else saw the goodness in, but me. Was one of the best horses in the world, and so that's why she did it.
Yeah.
And then the movie ends on this weird part where her mom gives her permission to tell Mickey Rooney that Mickey Rooney's father was the one that coached her when she swam across the English Channel, I guess. And the movie ends with like Elizabeth Taylor riding after Rooney and like whispering that truth into his ear. And that's just, I was like, okay, it's weird. The end?
Maybe she was, a little more than, or maybe he was a little more.
She
than
was
just
12, Elyse.
his-
12.
You never know. How old was he?
24.
You don't know 24. You just made up that
I
age.
looked up his birthday. He was born in 1920. The movie
talking
was
about-
filmed in 1944.
I'm talking about the dad. His dad.
Huh?
I'm talking about his dad.
What are you,
Whenever he was her mom's coach.
is he saying they're siblings? What are you talking about?
Don't even worry.
What are you
about
talking
it.
about?
You know, the tallest jockey,
Who's the tallest jockey, Elyse?
Stuart Brown. You want to know how tall he
How
was?
tall is Stuart Brown?
Taller than you.
That's too tall.
6'3",
That's too tall.
137 pounds.
Okay, that's a very small man.
It's very skinny.
That's a very, very
It's a very
skinny.
skinny man.
This is a
He's
tiny
very
man.
tall, but a very skinny man.
Yes.
Yes. Stuart Brown. I haven't seen a picture of him, but I'm sure he's a little gangly thing. Stuart Brown. Yes. So, anyways, is this going to be a movie, Scott, that you would like to rewatch again?
No.
Why not?
Not interested in watching it again.
Oh, he's from Australia. Stuart Brown.
So
He
let's-
died.
Okay, let's stop talking about Stuart Brown. I don't care about Stuart Brown.
I did.
Let's-
It's an interesting.
let's talk about-
interesting fact.
Let's talk about commonalities. So let's talk about
Oh,
Rush.
that's a good idea.
And let's talk about National Velvet.
Okay.
And let's talk about how they came together.
Okay.
How are they similar, Elyse?
Races.
Races?
Races in both.
Crashes.
Crashes in both.
Elizabeth Taylor broke her back and won.
No back breaking, but there was
a
lung
fire.
burning.
There was a fire and death.
Yes, there was some fire and some, didn't die, no death,
No death.
but there was some serious injuries.
And the best looking character in each movie won.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is very true. Both had something to prove.
They did.
They both proved it.
And then after they won, they never won again.
Yeah. Very true.
I feel like this brought us a lot closer together.
I feel like it's true.
At least I watched a YouTube video series today.
Did you? About National Velvet.
No, it was guys building a car.
Ah.
And I've never cared about any of that, but it was fascinating watching them repair this car. It's really fascinating.
That is
They're like
interesting.
two 20-year-old kids from Georgia, so they have really thick accents. What is wrong with
Did
your
you know
face?
that Stuart Brown had to starve himself to ride?
The jockey?
Yes.
No,
That's why he died. He abused his body. Had to starve himself to ride. I'm so sorry. These things we find out about the jockey world in the race car world, the things they do to their bodies in order to be able to race.
It's another connection, I guess.
I just don't know if it's worth it.
You're being very dramatic right now. So is that it? Is the only thing we can, like, I like that. I mean, your movie was, I think, a lot more personal to you than mine was to me.
Yeah, I think it was.
Because I was just, like, talking about Rush. I was like, I just picked this because I remember liking it, and you picked it because, like, your sister loved it, and you watched it a lot growing up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What other Elizabeth Taylor movies have you seen?
I don't know.
Is this the only one?
I've never seen
Have you seen
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra?
No, and I know that's her big one. But what else has she been in?
A lot.
I know that she's been in a lot.
Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Have you seen that?
No, I have not. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Not seen it.
I love that movie. I love that. I'm gonna pick Who's Afraid of
here.
Virginia
I
Woolf.
have seen The Nanny. She was in that TV series. I have seen The Flintstones.
Okay, well that doesn't really count though.
She was Captain Planet. She was a voice in that show. Wow.
You're focusing on all the weird things.
I mean, that's my life, don't you know?
I haven't seen Cat on a Hot Tin Roof or Cleopatra, but I have watched the Captain Planet in which she was a voice.
Let's see.
Okay, the answer is no. The answer is no.
No.
Okay, well we've got some Liz Taylor gaps to fill.
I did see Father of the Bride.
Okay, again, we've got some Liz Taylor gaps to fill.
She was in Little Women in 1949. She was Amy. I'd be interested to see that version of it. Yeah, I guess I haven't really seen much Elizabeth Taylor.
Well, this is good because we started at the beginning and we can work our way up.
Was this her first movie?
It was her first major role. It was not her first movie, but it was her first, like, big role.
Yeah, uncredited before that.
Yeah. So we'll have to move on. We'll have to move on up.
We did it. We will. We'll watch all of these movies.
All right.
Boom.
But before we're going to do that, we have to talk about what movies we're going to be watching next for this podcast.
Now, Scott, I do believe you are very excited about this next.
I'm so excited.
Weeks. What are we going to call these? It's not next episode.
Series.
The next series. Yeah. The next series has to do with a mathematical element of a 3D object. I'm trying to give people the clues.
What?
It's a mathematical vocabulary term.
What?
On a 3D object.
Oh.
Where both of these things meet. We, by definition, call that an edge, where two of these meet. Yes, an edge is formed. On a dice, there are 6 of them.
Will you just tell what it is?
We're doing faces, guys. Faces.
Faces is the theme.
Yes, I'm sure you got it with all of my wonderful clues.
I'm sure they did.
Yes, faces.
So, Elyse,
yes.
What movie have you picked?
I picked a very funny face. So we're watching Funny Face.
Why do you do this? It's so ridiculous.
No, Scott, what movie did you pick?
I picked a little film, you might not have heard of it, called Face Off.
So you're not doing the cube.
You're
doing one less face. You're not a 3-dimensional figure anymore.
What
you're taking off the face.
You talking about?
Are you making a box? Mine's a face.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm doing Face Off. It's a Nick Cage, John Travolta movie that you've never seen.
So if you're doing Face Off, is your movie really about faces? Because if it's off, then I don't think you picked correctly.
I'm sorry.
Ghost is moaning at me. She's fed up with me.
I'm on Ghost's team here. Ghost, correct. Good girl.
Yes, you can eat his jugular in the night.
So,
Thank you,
what
Ghost.
is this voice you're doing right now?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's just the way that I talk now.
So,
yes.
So we're going to do your movie next week. We're going to do Funny Face first because we're switching. And also, we just so happen to be seeing Funny Face on Saturday at the Alamo Draft House, so it worked out just perfectly for us.
That's why we picked this theme.
It is. Sometimes we got to get a little creative, and sometimes Elyse said, I want to do Funny Face. And I said, what kind of movie can I pair with that? What's a face movie? And then I said, Elyse, have you seen Face Off? And Elyse said, no, I haven't seen Face Off. And I said, Face Off. We've got to take his face off.
I think we need to start tracking how many Nicolas Cage movies you make me watch in a year and
the
have
answer
a quota.
is all of them. All of them.
You cannot make me watch more than one Nicolas Cage movie in a year.
So we will be back.
Actually, you made me watch 2 last year.
Did I?
So I will give you 2 for this year.
For the show, right? Because I've already made you watch a Nicolas Cage movie that was just we were bored on a Saturday.
What was that?
That Mom and Dad movie.
Oh, you did. Nope, I'm sorry. Done for the year now.
I don't think so,
You're
Tim.
done for the year in February,
I don't
man.
think
You just
so.
burned right through those.
All right, so we will be back next week.
Burn rubber.
Part 1 of our series on faces. Elyse will be talking about Funny Face. And I think, Elyse, we didn't prepare for this, but we have some new reviews. So what happened was I found a way to check out some of our international reviews, and we found that we've had 2 international reviews sitting out there for a long, long time.
Just in the internet sphere. I mean, we just couldn't even find them. And then Scott did something, but I'm not authorized to do that. So let's just go here. I found them. So there are 2. One is...
We're just going to do one of them this week. We'll do the other next week.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
do the one from the United Kingdom.
And I haven't really tried to perfect my accent for this yet. So
I don't
guys,
care.
this isn't going to be a great quality.
So this is from Semi-Canon. They did this back in April of last year. I apologize, Semi-Canon. I hope you're Semi-Canon. I hope you're still listening. I don't know if you are. I hope you are still listening and you get to hear us. Semi-Canon has asked that Elyse reads this.
I guess it's kind of fitting we do it this week.
Why?
You know, because National Velvet, that was in UK, right?
Sure. Might have been more fitting to do it the Royal Wedding Week, but
Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Semi-Canon has asked for Elyse to do this in a British accent.
Okay.
Do your best, babe. Whatever you do, don't go Minnesota at the end of it.
I don't know if you'll even find this review since this is in the... it's not a really good one. Let's see here. Who has a good English accent that I can think of right now?
I don't know. You're really you just got to power through it and stop building it up.
Okay, it's just not going to be good. I can't even think of anyone that has a good English accent, right? That's mean. I don't know if you'll even find this review since this is in the UK. I'm sorry. I can't do an accent right now. I've never had this happen before and I can't do it. I don't know.
Well,
I keep on going like...
Go Adele. Do
a Cockney?
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll even find this review since I can't even do that. What is this?
I don't know.
I don't know
I'm
either.
so shocked. This has never happened to you before.
I know.
Guys, this never happens.
My British dialect CD has failed me.
You have a British dialect CD?
I did.
That's crazy. Especially after hearing that accent you just gave.
I know. It was a really hard one to master. I didn't really master. Need to go back to remediation.
Why don't you just read the review and don't do the accent? Just read.
I don't know if you'll even find this review since this is in the UK or EU iTunes store or something. But if you read it, maybe it would be appropriate to do a British accent, Elyse.
Sorry.
Elyse and Scott are a delight to listen to. They have amazing chemistry and their enthusiasm for the movies they love is palpable. This podcast is hilarious and interesting, even, or maybe especially, when they go a bit tangential. I highly recommend this to anyone, especially if you want to hear man's perfect trumpet impersonation in one episode. And that's really...
I lost it. I used to be better at the trumpet.
Were you trying to do Jurassic Park?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was trying to do an English accent, so we're even now.
Bump it.
Boom.
Boom. Okay. Thank you, Semicanon. That was a very nice review.
Yeah,
We
it was
appreciate
really
that.
sweet. I'm sorry I didn't have a better accent for you.
And I apologize that it took us 10 months to get that out. Hopefully you're still listening. I hope so.
Me too. Thank you.
All right, guys, that is all we have time for this week. If you like this podcast, you can check it and all the other shows we do over at www.doofmedia.com. Also, Elyse, what do they want to do? What do they do if they want to help support our podcast?
They give us money.
How do they do that?
www.patreon.com.
Patreon?
Patreon. What?
Solomon?
Solomon.
Solomon goes
Solomon.
to
Solomon.
Patreon.
Solomon pays money to Patreon. Patreon?
Patreon.
Patreon.com slash doof media.
Good job. And how much can they donate?
The minimum amount that you can donate is $50.
That's not true.
But, you can donate any amount above that you would like to.
Yeah.
We'll take up to $300.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anywhere in between there. $150. We'll throw a little decimal in there. $1.50.
$1.50.
Give you a little break.
You can pledge $1 a month or whatever else you can afford, and you will help us keep paying for these movies we have to
that's
see.
why I'm a winner, because you don't even give the low option.
Yeah.
You just aim for the stars.
You can pledge $1,000 a month or whatever else you can afford.
Thank you.
To keep making sure we do shows. And
one-time donation, $500 every year, annual.
And if you
It's tax deductible.
If you can't afford to donate right now, you can. It is not
deductible.
tax deductible. You can help us out by listening via Apple Podcast or by leaving a review via Apple Podcasts. You can tell Elyse to read it in an accent, and hopefully she will do better than she did today.
Yeah.
But those rating and reviews really do help the show get to new people, and we do have a way to see the international one. So if you're an international listener listening, we can find those reviews now, so you can help us out by doing that. We'll read them on the show. It'll be fun. It makes us feel good. Maybe it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
I know I feel good.
I feel great.
And I guess we'll see
feel
you guys
wonderful.
next week. Sam? Really? Sam?
Mm-hmm.
You're like breathing really heavily into the mic right now. It's like...
It's like that Hey Arnold.
I feel like the reading of the accent got you so flushed that you're like... Okay, I'm going to stop recording now.
I do a good win.